Welcome to the Daily Devotional Podcast with author, pastor, and speaker Zach Maldonado, a podcast about helping you know and enjoy Christ each day.
In the book of Hosea, we have one of the most beautiful stories of the scandalous grace of God. God goes up to Hosea and says, "Hey man, marry a prostitute." What? Sorry, Lord, come again. I misunderstand you. What did you say? Yeah, marry a prostitute. And a teacher of God, a man of respect, a guy of honor, a prophet. This is what God tells Hosea to do. This guy, go marry a prostitute. Not only a prostitute, but a prostitute named Gomer. I mean, bummer of a name, right? So Hosea does. He's obedient to God. And as the story progresses, everything seems normal. They have kids. They're doing these things. And then one day Hosea wakes up and Gomer's gone. She'd left him to go back into prostitution. Now, I'm filling in some of the details, and you can read this in Hosea. But God tells Hosea, go again, go find Gomer and love her, just like my love for my people. So God says, in the same way that I love my people, go and find her and love her again. And so what can we imagine? Well, we can imagine Hosea's going door to door saying, have you seen my wife? And the town knows Gomer was a former prostitute. So he goes searching, and he's searching in back alleys. He's searching in that part of town, in the hotels that you don't go to. He's searching and he's talking to men and women who've seen better days. He's probably talking to men who've seen his wife. And then, as the story implies, he stumbles on an auction where Gomer is being sold to the highest bidder. And what does Hosea do? Does he leave? Does he forsake her? No. Hosea buys her. He buys back his wife. The woman who had left him, embarrassed him, cheated on him. He doesn't care about the price or the shame or what people are thinking. He buys back his wife, the person who was his. And he paid the price. Hosea didn't demand anything from Gomer. He didn't give her some long list and say, I'll buy you back if you never leave me again. No, he didn't do that. He didn't care about the price or the past. And unlike the other men before, Hosea didn't buy Gomer to use her, but to heal her. Hosea didn't buy Gomer for something that she could do for him. Hosea bought Gomer so that he could love her and restore her. And the story goes on that Hosea makes a promise to Gomer. He promises to never leave her and to always be faithful to her. He doesn't condemn her, but he comforts her. He doesn't accuse her, but he assures her. And if you haven't caught on, this is a beautiful story of us and God. And we're Gomer. We're the dirty, rotten, sinful people who left God. And yet God, like Hosea, pursued us and bought us back. And he makes a promise to us. And he rips out the chains, and he says this promise cannot be revoked. And he finds us in our shame and in our sin and our chains, and he sets us free. He enters our mess, and he turns us into a masterpiece. He enters our chaos, and he makes us clean. He didn't save us because we had our life in order, because we were doing good. He saved us because he loved us. And God loves you because it's who God is. He cannot cease loving you, or he would literally cease being God. His love for you isn't based on your qualifications or your past. His love is based on who he is, not what you do. So if you think you have to earn God's love, you'll spend your entire life performing for him and never enjoying him. And that's why he wants you to enjoy his love, to know his love, to bask in his love, and to constantly come back to this story. He wants you to remember what he's done for you. He wants you to remember his rescue of you. He wants you to remember his finished work for you. He wants you to remember the cross and remember the resurrection and remember that you're free and that you're loved and that he did it all for you, that his grace can go anywhere, that there's no one too far gone for God's love and grace. And he did it all for you, to have a relationship with you, to heal you and restore you and cure you and redeem you. And he loves you. And so I hope this story of Hosea and Gomer just reinvigorated and relit the passion that we all have for the beautiful good news of the gospel, that God came for us to rescue us and redeem us so that He could have relationship with you and me.
You've been listening to the Daily Devotional Podcast with Zach Maldonado. Join us each day for a new devotional that will help you know and enjoy Christ. For more great content from Zach, including his books, sermons, and more, check out ZachMaldonado.com.